Hello friends, thank you so much for coming to another one of my videos, and I am very ready to be embarrassed. I am going to share with you how I got into the wrong relationship that led into me having a financial crisis, that also led into me losing all my friends and being as lonely as I am now. So I'm going to take you back to 2019 when I seemingly had it all. And of course, in life, you cannot have everything. There's always a bit of, life is not always perfect. But I had as good of a life as it got, a more than averagely good and happy life. I had a best friend. Her name is Millie. Millie is not her full name, so if I say Millie, I don't think I'm violating her privacy. I don't want to cry. So anyway, I had and still feel like she's my best friend to this day. And at the time, I was in the US. I was in Fort Wayne doing my master's program. I did my first half physically there and did my other half online here in Uganda. So when I was doing my master's program, she was getting married at the time. I remember making sure, even if I was on F1 visa, getting the $300 a week, working in the school cafeteria, very little money, very broke international student. I did my best to make sure she had the best contribution I could get from myself to her. I still love her to this day. I've never talked to her ever since. I also made a friend from Arab Emirates. He's Ugandan, but he was working in the Arab Emirates at the time. Let's call him Sami. That's not his full name, so that's fine too, I guess. Then around that time, I was single, searching, and I really had this fascination with getting married at 24, which did not work out because the guy I wanted to get married to at 24 chose somebody else, and that was okay. It was painful, but it was okay. He's now married with a kid and he's fine. So I then started browsing on the internet like a stupid fool, literally immature stupid fool. And that's when I met Sami, who was in Arab Emirates at the time. And then I also met a scammer. I like to call him Kabohe Public Penis, and I'll explain why. So I met this scammer, and this scammer lied to me. He made me feel beautiful, he made me feel loved. And at the time, I was ready to leave the US because that country was never the easiest for me. So I was ready to leave the US, not because of him that I was leaving the US, but I was coming to start a life with him as part of my plans when I got back here. So when I was, so I fast forward, I decided to come to his place. And when I was in the US before coming, with the little money I was making, I thought it was a good idea to build a house, which was his land, my house. And it was in a small town called Kabohe. It's in a district called Shema in Uganda. So I built this house on his land. And I remember when I was coming from the US at the airport, when they're checking luggage, the officer, it was a police officer, he said, "Oh my God, are you going to start a restaurant?" If I tell you that I bought everything necessary for a home, curtains, I bought cutlery, I bought clothes for his stupid self, I bought everything. I'm telling you, it was a good start to a relationship if there was one. I came, and I remember, now looking back, my best friend Millie wanted to welcome me at the airport, at Entebbe airport here in Uganda, and she wanted to give me flowers. And when I chose to be, well, I didn't tell her I was even coming. So I didn't tell her I was coming, so I told this idiot KPP to come pick me up, and he bought like a sad little flower and didn't even give it to me himself because he didn't even have the confidence to do that. I think he knew he was lying, that's why. So I missed a grand welcome from my best friend. And then I remember instantly. He didn't want me to dance to the music in the bus as we were coming to Western Uganda from the airport. He didn't want, like, I could feel the start of control, and that's a whole other video, but he was a controlling freak. So when I got here, I then asked, I started living life, and it was really, really terrible. I don't want to say he was narcissistic because I didn't diagnose him. I think he was just an asshole. I'm not a psychiatrist. I think he was just an asshole. But it got so bad to a point that he didn't really care about me. As a matter of fact, it was February when I got to Uganda, and February the 12th was his birthday, and he threw a grand birthday using my money. And then when my birthday came up, which was 19th of February, I literally had to literally beg for him to even just say happy birthday. I should have known then that I should have left. But I stayed. And eventually I was supposed to put on long clothes. Eventually it was like devaluing me and telling me he thought I would never leave. Because at one point I said, "You're going to treat me so badly, I'm going to leave you." He was like, "You? Nah. Well, you would never leave me." He was that entitled. And there was no love. I did my best to like get him gifts, be romantic. He didn't want to he didn't want to crack any jokes. He was not funny. He was not nice. He made me put on all these long clothes. He would want to control where I went and what I did. And then the worst part is he wanted to make sure I had a white collar job, working like in an office of some kind. So I got forced into working for a politician for free because I wanted to make him happy. Those were one of the saddest moments. I got so depressed, and then the cheating began. And you know what? He was such an idiot that he thought because there is a pattern on his phone and a fingerprint, I would not get into the phone and see what he was doing. Well, I didn't go to school for nothing. So definitely if I get your pattern, I just see you doing it, I practice it in the air, and I put my fingerprint where your fingerprint is. So whatever you're doing, I can tell. So the cheating began, the STDs began. I'm lucky I didn't get HIV from it, but I really got a lot of UTIs, a lot of STDs. And I cried for 5 months every single night. And remember that job I was forced to get, I wasn't happy with it. I've always had a passion for pig farming. You can call it hog farming. And with that passion, of course, my money was depleted, and I wasn't getting any support from him. Even if he was earning money, all the money he would make would always go to the concubines, the sluts, the side chicks. And then I asked my friends, including the Sami friend, to help me out and start a pig farm. And I remember they sent me so much money. And remember my best friend Millie, all my friends would ask, should we send in some money to do this? And like I had planned for them to send me money so they can have dividends paid to them, basically have shares in my pig farm. So they did that, and Millie was always recommending people to come to my to my project and buy pigs with me. And now I can only imagine how much shame she had to go through now that nothing worked out. So anyway, they sent all the money, and I remember my then would have been mother-in-law helped me construct the pigsty. KPP's family loved me. It's just he didn't see any sense in me. So the pigsty was on, the pigs were bought, and the farm began. But the stress of knowing that the guy you love is sleeping with somebody else was so overwhelming. I cried so much, got into psychiatry because of anxiety. I was on medication, and then the STDs that were never ending. I'm so grateful that when I got here immediately, I thought, I shouldn't get pregnant immediately, so I was already on birth control and stuff. So I got lucky that way. And as the stress of the relationship hit me, I couldn't manage the farm properly. So I had, at one point when I was cracking, I called one of my parents and told them everything that was going on. And in the next day, My parents showed up and picked me up 5 months into the relationship, and the pigs were no more. I couldn't get myself to tell all my friends that I had invested their money. I couldn't get to tell them, so I disconnected myself from them. That I had failed. I disconnected myself from my best friend. And KPP literally is called KPP because Kabohe Public Penis, I feel like he was giving his penis to everyone who cared to open their legs. Like, I feel like he deserves some gifts from the government for helping women with their sexual desires. He deserves like a pension of some kind. That's how much he fucked around. And of course, I was away from there now. I had disconnected myself from all my friends because all my friends were also in contact with all my mutual friends. So I wouldn't get myself to explain what had happened because I was so disoriented. You know, the stress of the breakup, everything was on me at the time. And then I got so desperate to find money to at least compensate the money that my friends had given for me so that at least I could re-enter society and tell them that, you know what, the project failed, but here's your money back. And in that desperation, I stole from my family. I stole from my family, which is a criminal act. And I ended up in jail. But you know, sometimes because it's your family, they may not take you to prison. But in the act of stealing from my family, I was caught, first of all. And secondly, I had a friend from high school who was, I'm going to call him Kenny, because that's not his full name. Kenny was always that guy that always loved me. You know, when you have that guy in your life who truly loves you, but you don't love them back for some reason. And he risked himself. I didn't tell him I had stolen the stuff I had given him. I just told him to go sell it. And he ended up being embarrassed. The police came for him. He didn't go to jail, but he really got humiliated. And I ended up anyway. Um, I ended up coming I ended up realizing that I cannot solve this problem right now, so I backed away from all of society, all the friends I met, all my alumni, all the OBs and OGs from high school, including my best friend, who I don't know if I will ever love another human being as much as I loved Millie. I don't know how many kids she has now. I don't know how she's doing. I don't know if I know she thinks about me. She tries to reach me. I just don't respond. Sammy tried to reach me. I just blocked him. I blocked everybody from my WhatsApp because I still to this day cannot get myself to reconnect to all my over 600 people that were special to me because of the scandal. So right now I'm isolated. I just went back to school actually online. I didn't even go back to the US because I will make a video about why I couldn't stand the US, but I've never gone back to the US. And now I don't have any of my friends, all my old friends. I don't have them. I don't have that many friends right now. And the only thing I benefited from this is I can never let myself get into another toxic relationship because after that relationship, I've kissed three other frogs before meeting the prince I have now. I'm in my first healthy relationship. It's not a perfect relationship, but it is as healthy as it gets. I'm no longer on pressure to get married. I rather take my time. I don't know if I'll get married to the guy I have now. I want to get I'm slowly, now that school is over and I'm back to real life, trying a career on YouTube right now. Actually, I will do my best until it's a career because that's what I want to do. I want to get time and apologize and finally open up and tell my friends and tell them why I disconnected from them and tell sweet Millie why I couldn't be with her. And I don't know if she will still consider me her best friend. But if she doesn't, I understand. And if my friends never forgive me, I understand that as well. And I am back to zero, starting from zero. And this should be a precautionary tale that you can make one wrong move and be in love with one wrong person, and that can literally destroy your life. The wrong guy can literally destroy your life. So I hope that you've learned something from this video. I hope my friends can allow me back and give me time to pay them, because I will not be broke forever. I'm starting now to get into potential career. I have been in 10 years in business school, 10 years so far, and I'm ready to start working. And please get out of domestically abusive relationship. It doesn't matter if it's physically violent, emotionally violent, or anything, because one wrong move can make you lose everything. If you want to know that this is serious, that some people are getting to extreme cases, if have you ever heard of the Gabby Petito story, please look it up, the Gabby Petito story. And also I want you to know that if you have come out of this, congratulations. Like personally, I've healed from it. I'm just mourning the loss of what happened and wondering what could have happened if I didn't fall into this situation. But now I have my sweet boyfriend who I love so much, and I have this life that I'm beginning, and maybe things will get better from here. And that guy that ruined my life, a portion of my life, not all of it, he will never own me. He ended up marrying the chick, the side chick, one of the side chicks that he was cheating on me with. And that was the best revenge he could possibly do to himself, because imagine the chick, one of the girls, a girl that knew you had a girlfriend but still got into your relationship and destroyed it. One of the people that destroyed your relationship, she had no respect that you had a girlfriend, and now you're married to her. I think that's the perfect combination, because that's disgusting for both of them. Cheaters together, what could be better? I mean, I kind of no, I don't want him to be okay somehow. I don't want him to, like, I don't hate him that much, but I hope he continues to be that way. That's the ultimate revenge. Keep on giving your penis to the entire community, honestly. Continue being that stupid. And I wish I never met you, KPP. You know yourself. I can't mention your name. I don't want to make you. I don't want to bring you any traffic, stupid fool. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned something from my story and not be like me. And oh, a tip: if you want to be at least safe, you can never be 100. I mean, it's always luck to find a good partner, but if you want to find a good partner, try asking people in your community before you say yes to a guy, or before you make a move on a guy, because I also believe in making the first move. But before you say yes or make a move on a guy, ask the community, ask everybody, ask the rich, ask the poor, ask the in between, ask everybody, how is this person, how is this person? Because you won't believe, people know stuff about people, and they may tell you hints to make you back off. Because if only I had asked, I would never be in this situation. Be careful with people you meet on social media or dating apps. And by the way, that is how I got into my first healthy relationship, because I asked everybody. No, no avoiding asking anybody. Like, I asked everybody, and I now have a healthy relationship for the first time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and wish me luck in if I hope I'll enter back into society. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching my video. Till the next one.